Happy Thursday. How's it going, guys?
Doing good, sir. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I apologize. I'm a little brain dead. Once again, I tried for about 2 hours to go to sleep last night. Laid down at a decent time for me. It was like 12:30 when I went to bed, which, if you know me, you know that's early. Laid there until about 2 a.m. Realized sleep was not coming for me. So I decided to stop waiting for it and got up and got busy, and I've been busy all day. So
Good man. Okay, well, we'll try to keep the questions easy, and we'll see how it goes.
or throw the hard ones at me and see if I can, get the brain to, make a spark by rubbing two neurons together.
There you go. Perfect. So let's see who we got joining us tonight. So Abdul, good to have you, brother. Welcome.
What's up, man?
Amami. Is that right?
Amami.
Yeah. Amami. Thank you. Amami, welcome. And I'm sorry I have problems with your name. It's just my bad English.
Welcome.
BTK, my man. Oh, I think it's going to be a big banger this week. It is going to be a banger, I hope. And
yeah, banger.
Exactly. And of course, as you guys know, the voting polls are already open. So jump to the Discord, cast your votes, because we got some things going on. Things are getting exciting here.
Yeah, maybe wait to cast your votes until we're like partially through this episode.
Yeah.
So you can understand one of the options.
This is true, because we do have to talk about that. At least briefly. So of course,
we did say we wouldn't talk about any kind of protocol or project, and it's not a protocol or project, it's a tool. So
it's a gray area. Yeah,
we'll just touch on it briefly.
But I do have some questions on what is it. So I do want to break down on that. So let's explain exactly what it is. Because a lot of people heard the term. But let's see what we got. So Danfo, welcome, my man. Good to have you with us. And BTK, Rose, my dear, love to have you here. Thank you so much.
Hi,
there
Rose.
She is. Love of my life, Wild Angel. How you doing, dear? Welcome to the show. And hey, look, Chrome even showed up. All right, showtime, buddy. Yeah.
Yes. Fun. Did he vote last week?
Let me see. He did vote last week. Chrome, man, thumbs up for you. Way to go. I'm proud of you, brother. And Rooster, the man.
What's up, Rooster?
Buddy. Right. So I think I've caught up here. Yes, I think I said good morning or hello to everybody. It's not morning, it's evening. Depending on where you are, it could be good
morning somewhere.
Right. So I guess 5 o'clock somewhere. Danfo says, hope you guys are doing well. Doing very well, buddy. And Chrome says, you can change votes if needed. Yes, you can change your votes, guys. Once you cast your vote, you can always go in and change your vote to another. It'll remove your first one and add it to the second. You can do that right up until the polls close. So not a problem there, Chrome. Royal, welcome to the show, buddy. Good to have you with us today. And so, yeah, man, we got a full house. This is awesome. So, let's start off with the news right off the bat. Now, this has been a crazy week. We've been waiting for this whole Bitcoin ETF thing. And then about Tuesday, all of a sudden, it's on, it's live. I even got a text or a message from Cyril. I was like, it's up. And I look at the chart, it's like parabolic straight up. And then like 10 minutes later, I was like, never mind. And straight down. It was nuts. So, Cyril, what exactly happened with that? I mean, what was that whole ordeal?
Yeah, so despite Gary Gensler constantly preaching about safety and multi-factor authentication, apparently the SEC's Twitter account did not have two-factor authentication, and a third party managed to get essentially a hold of the phone number that was used for the account, and they were able to log in, and they made a post saying all Bitcoin ETFs that have met the listing standard requirements have been approved and will go live tomorrow, right? And so, of course, this is what everybody's been waiting for. They all rolled into the market. It pumped like crazy, immediately dumped like right afterwards, and then Gary Gensler posted on his Twitter, the SEC Twitter account has been compromised. Do not believe anything posted. But it's kind of curious because it makes you wonder, why does the timing of the flash crash after the flash pump perfectly happen before Gary Gensler confirmed that this was fake news.
Right. Why did that happen? And yeah, that was really crazy. And then you've got to ask yourself, like, okay, we know that some of these people have cryptocurrency. So yeah, I often wonder, it's like, did somebody just grab his phone, like, okay, I just bought some Bitcoin, post this, okay, sell my Bitcoin, okay, done, walk away. It's like, yeah.
Well, when you consider that essentially they then said the exact same thing the following day, but not on their Twitter, right? The exact same thing got sent out as news articles, and the Chobi or Chabot or however the heck you pronounce it had a news article being like, oh, these 11 Bitcoin ETFs are going live for trading and blah, 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 blah. And they posted all that yesterday, right?
Right.
The day after the situation. And now today, when the news articles did start reporting about it, you didn't see an immediate pump because everyone was like, is this another fake news event? Am I going to get wrecked again? So they all just kind of waited to see what would happen, right? Then we saw some actual trading action when the markets opened. I got to see all of it because I was awake the whole night, right? I made a Bitcoin trade, 900% even on the trade.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with it. And just in case, because I always bring my receipts.
Look at that. That's sexy. That is sexy. Well,
900%.
Proud of you, buddy.
Yep. Oh, and you can actually see it now because my replacement laptop came in, and now I actually have a proper camera.
Right. You look amazing. Yeah. Good to have you back.
Thank you. It was a lot better than that shitty Acer laptop with that 1 megapixel camera.
Yeah, you were definitely looking some black and white going on there, buddy. So yeah. Want to say, hey, welcome, Sandy. Good to have you with us, Mom. Love you. And you bunks, my man. Good to have you out there, brother. So, and yeah, awesome trade. I agree. That is absolutely amazing job, brother. And
thank you.
Now I know Wild Angel, she's ready to start trading. So I'm going to set up her demo account. She's going to start doing that and changing her life, hopefully. So, but awesome. It's not easy. I've tried it and I still am no good at it. I might just have to give up on the trade thing.
Well, and it's perfectly okay. For some people it clicks, for a lot of people it doesn't. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? It does require a certain way of seeing things in order to be able to trade successfully and profitably.
Absolutely. And now you said before that most traders aren't successful. Most of them actually don't make profit, right?
Nope, at least I forget what the exact statistic was, but I know it was over 82%, 82 to 85% of retail traders are not going to be profitable long term. They will lose money, right? And a lot of that has to do with the emotions. It has to do with, they buy something, it drops 5%, they freak out and sell it, and then it goes up, right? Or vice versa. Or they try to always be in the market, so they wind up taking little losses here and there, or they don't have proper trade management, and so they lose it all on one trade, and that's common. It's very, very common, and a lot of people want to believe they fall in the 15% that will be profitable long term, but the truth of the matter is there's a reason why it's 15%, right? They've proven time and time again that a fish swimming around in a tank with one side being buy and one side being sell, and a randomizer that picks the stock is more profitable than most retail traders. So, that tells you that a coin flip is more profitable than most traders. So
that's about mine. It's like close eyes, throw darts. Sounds about right. I would probably do better than my actual trading skills. So
probably, but that's okay.
And sometimes we just have to realize that there are certain things that we are going to have strengths at and certain we're going to have weaknesses at. It doesn't make us better or worse than anything else. So guys, if you're out there and you want to trade like I do, I would love to trade and start making these awesome gains. I know I don't have the emotional control, so I'm looking at other things. And in fact, somebody just mentioned Nice Hash. I think it's BTK just had that rolling by. Yeah, buddy, I am all about mining cryptocurrency. I'm all about doing the research and finding out about it. And I love the hardware. I love the ASICs. I love GPU mining. I love all these different aspects. So, man, I'm with you, BTK. I think it's a great one because Lord knows I can't trade, so I can mine.
Well, you'll have to ask him about the CPU mining setup that he's got. Dude with like just his graphics card and his CPU is currently making over $2 a day. Just mining on NiceHash, which is pretty awesome for mining with a single GPU and a CPU.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
shoot him a DM or something and ask him what his setup is.
I will, absolutely will. And hey, Lady Z Lady, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us there. So now, Cyril, now since we're just talking about trading, and of course that whole debacle with Bitcoin, now we saw that price go through the roof and then crash to the bottom and then come back up to million. It looked like a heartbeat on one of those machines you see on TV. Now, of course, that had to have some huge impact on traders from longs or shorts or whatever. I mean, any idea how much money was lost in that event?
I can tell you in 2 seconds. Hold on. BTC longs liquidated 24 hours. All right, liquidation heat map. All right, so in the last 24 hours, there's been a total of $227.65 million of trades that have been liquidated. 114.96 million of them were longs, 112.7 million of them were shorts in the last 24 hours.
So now that's a huge chunk of change. And so this, of course, begs the question. I mean, if somebody misrepresents out in social media or anything like that, they put out a false statement. I mean, you can go after them for, there's a term for it. What am I thinking of? Come on, help me out here, Cyril. You give me that.
I'm waiting to see if you get it.
No, I can't. What is it?
You can sue for lost potential.
Okay, lost potential, defamation of. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. If somebody says something that's not true, and it goes out there. Now, these people that got wrecked by this, I mean, you're talking millions and millions of dollars. It's a lot of people, and it was all because somebody there didn't have the right security. Can the SEC be liable for any of that?
So that is a really good question. And it would not surprise me if we do see a lawsuit pop up, especially since the audit performed by Twitter, X, I'm never calling it that, basically revealed that they were not using two-factor authentication. And it's kind of the responsibility of a government organization to ensure that they have appropriate levels of security. So it would not surprise me if we do see a class action lawsuit launched against them, and you would probably win the lawsuit. So maybe that's something that we need to look into.
There you go. So yeah, if you traded and you lost in that mess, we might keep an eye out on that, because that opens up just a whole avenue of, these guys are all about security and how we got to be safe, and that's our whole job, is to protect the country from financial scams. And what do? They pull off one of the biggest scams of 2024 so far. That's got to be a record so far. I mean, we made it less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Way to go, Gary.
Essentially. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to spearhead a lawsuit like that because I didn't lose money during that. I made money. So they'll probably toss me in the suit on this side of the SEC. And I'll be like, no, hold on a second.
Yeah, they'll be taking your money away to give to everybody who lost. Like, damn it, I shouldn't have said that.
I gotta, open mouth, insert foot, right? Or as the wife would say, insert the whole shoe store.
Yeah, I put in both feet and I swallow until my shoestrings come out my nose. Then I'm good. That's more my pattern.
Well, it's important to floss your brain every now and then. It's good mental. It's good mental hygiene.
Perfect. I like it. And Wild Angel says each company is liable for its information security. Yeah. See, Wild Angel, that's what I'm curious about, is how do you go after the SEC for losing millions of dollars in a matter of like 15 minutes? It was stupid.
Well, to get it rolling, you just reach out to a class action lawsuit lawyer, right? And you say, here's what happened. I think there's money here. Let's go after them. And then the lawyer handles all of it. If they also agree that there's a case, they're not going to charge you. They take their payment at the settlement. They take a bulk of the settlement, but they take their payment at the settlement. So yeah, it is, any one of you could get the ball rolling on that if you wanted to, or if you lost money during that event. have fun. Who knows? And yeah, Wild Angel says technically the SEC didn't lose the money, the public lost the money. Yes, but the SEC was responsible for informational security, and they failed, and they have an obligation to manage and secure their information sources.
Right. Exactly. I mean, yeah, I think that's just this huge ball of spaghetti. And I was really kind of curious on your opinion on that. And yeah, I got to say, Cyril, it does not surprise me in the slightest that you made profits off that. You live and breathe the charts. And you're like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. Watch. Ding. Dollar sign. Done.
Well, it's there's a reason why it's called buy the rumor, sell the news, right?
Right.
We talked about that how many times? And if you look at the markets today, 11 verified Bitcoin ETFs were approved, and the market's pumped. We went from like 42K up to, or I think it was 42K. I don't remember exactly. I'm half asleep, right? But we went from what we were at all the way up, tapped 48K, went a little bit past that, and now we're sitting right back where we were before the run began, right? And that was they were buying the news, and so then they got caught on the people who were selling the news event, taking profits because they bought much lower. And they're like, because you buy the rumor and then you sell the news when everyone else is piling into it, which is why if you waited until yesterday to start getting your BTC, you were way too late, and you probably shouldn't have, but yeah, so that's why I'm always saying buy the rumor, sell the news. Don't do it the other way around. You will be exit liquidity for the people who are going to sell the news event.
Yeah, that guy. So, that brings about a great concept now. Of course, we've been hearing about the ETFs. We knew this was coming. We had a pretty good understanding they were going to get approved, if not this week, then like in a month from now when they reapplied. It was going to happen. But now we talked earlier in earlier episodes that the bull market's probably not going to start till April, mid of the year, maybe end of the year when we're officially going to start. So that leaves a big void of question there. As far as, okay, ETFs are approved, things are up right now, but we've been talking about a pullback. Since the ETFs got approved, is that going to change that pullback stance that you have, or you think we're still going to do it?
Well, if you guys recall, I don't remember which episode, but it was an earlier episode, and I said that our current patterning is more similar to the pre-bull run market patterns of the 2017 cycle, not the most recent one. Now, right around the halving, I think it was just after the halving, the big sharp pullback on BTC, that was the COVID crash. Or I think, yeah, it was right before the halving. There was a really steep pullback. That was the COVID crash, right? We're not mirroring that. If you look at every other cycle, except for the one that was leading up to the most recent bull run, they didn't really have a significant pullback. They had more of like a trending sideways, slightly down. It wasn't really more than a drop of like 15 to 18%. I think one of them went down like 23%, but after the halving, but that was it. Usually post halving, it just kind of crabs sideways. It might pull back a little bit, but honestly, with the current way things are going, I don't think it will. I know that there are rumors that because inflation, the inflation report today, the CPI report, customer price index, came out, and it was a little bit worse than they were hoping for. There are talks again of potentially raising the interest rate again instead of cutting it. If that happens, we're going to see a lot of shock in the markets. Because a lot of people had priced that possibility out. They didn't think that they would be raising the rates again because the federal government had talked about, okay, at this point, inflation is coming under control. We're going to hold here until we start to see pain in the markets. Then we'll start reducing the rates, right? That's their typical strategy. But now they're talking about raising it even higher. And we're already at 5 points to 5.25 points, right? And that's kind of intense. We haven't seen that kind of rate in many, many decades. So, it's something to be aware of. So keep an eye on your CPI reports.
Okay, gotcha. And now, just for those who haven't been watching all the episodes with us, now if the interest rate goes up, the price of crypto usually goes down. It has the opposite effect, correct?
Yeah. So it, sort of. Give me a second to try to remember the cycle. All right. So when inflation rate comes down, money becomes easier to buy, and asset classes will pump. Interest rate goes up, money becomes harder to get, and the value of the dollar goes up because lending for it slows down, right? And so the asset classes that are priced in dollars will typically go down because the purchasing power of the dollar is going up.
Okay, gotcha. Everybody follow that? There's a quiz later, just in case. So
If
I want to.
interest rates are up, the dollar goes up, so things paired to it go down.
Gotcha. Okay, so answer is yes. Interest rates goes up. More than likely, we're going to see a dip in the market.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be significant, and I don't think it'll be a long one. But if they do raise the interest rates, or if they start talking in that sort of manner again, we might see a brief flash crash of probably between 5 to 9%.
Okay.
But if we do see that, I'll be loading up on the longs. NFA, not financial advice.
Fair enough. And so, hey, I want to say thank you for mom for becoming a member. Now, guys, as you know, you can click the join button down below, and becoming a member to the Down Home Crypto gives you some extra perks, not only in the stream, but also in the Discord. For instance, if you're a VIP family member, you have a backstage pass to every Freaky Friday, right? Any non-sanctioned event, you get to be a part of and get up here on stage with us. So appreciate the support. Love you, mom. And yeah, gonna make 2024 awesome. And Wildane says, thanks, mom. And so now, Cyril, of course, we're in a state of uncertainty. We think the interest rates are going to go up. We're not sure what this whole ETF thing is going to do. I mean, we saw it spike up, spike down, and it didn't really go up like people were thinking. So you start coupling that together. A lot of people think, okay, we're probably going to do a pullback. And I've been seeing a lot of that in the news and different things like that. We're going to see a pullback, probably 10, 15K on the Bitcoin side. So some people are saying, hey, I'm just going to wait to buy. I'll wait till it dips down. Now, we've preached dollar cost averaging forever. But I want to reiterate this. Now, I want you to touch on this, because why would it be a bad idea? I mean, all the signs say it's going to dip down. And like you said, it's probably going to dip some. You're going to take some long. So why wouldn't somebody wait and save up that money, and then as soon as it dips down, then grab it back?
I mean, you can try, right? If it's a brief pullback, because Bitcoin will do that, if it's a brief pullback that lasts a span of an hour or two, are you going to be at your device during that time period? You don't know. It could happen at 2:30 in the morning when you're asleep. It could happen at 2:30 in the afternoon when you're supposed to be at the dentist. But you get it?
That was good.
Okay. All right. Just making sure you got it. My wife's over there giving a big old sigh at my dad joke. But I don't know. When my 2:30, I go to the dentist to get it fixed, right? Sorry. So you might be able to time that dip. Probably not. So that's why you DCA, right? If you have $500 that you want to put into Bitcoin, split it into 5 $100 buys and stick 2 to 3 days in between the buys, or stick a week in between the buys, right? We've shown you guys time and time again on this stream how DCAing has saved the ass of our Rags to Riches portfolio, right? Because we started this before the bear market had even reached the bottom. We had a lot of price decline that we went through, and yet our DCAing led us to be profitable overall. So DCA, split your buy up. You can try to time it. Odds of that are low, so it's better to just fix your cost average by DCAing over a period of time.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to definitely mention because I'm starting to see a lot of these articles saying, oh, now we're going to pull back. Then you start talking about inflation. You couple those two together. We're going to start seeing a lot of news, and a lot of people get it in their heads like, okay, if I just wait, it'll be cheaper tomorrow. And I just wait, it'll be cheaper tomorrow. They keep doing that. Well, tomorrow never comes. Next thing you know, it keeps going up while they're doing this. It crab walks and goes, eat, little up, and then crab walks and up. And next thing you know, it's 10 grand higher than they should have. I mean, I'm sure many of us look back and say, back in September, I really should have been buying everything.
The best time to buy is always yesterday, right?
Right.
It's the best time to get started on anything. Everyone's like, tomorrow I'll start that, right? But if you start living in the mindset of, well, the problem is tomorrow never arrives, right?
Right.
The past, you cannot change it. The future is uncertain. Today is a gift, which is why it's called the present. So there's yesterday, if it's already long gone, the best time to start is today.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's just one of those things I definitely wanted to touch on. So let me ask you, sir, before I go to my next thing, do you got anything you want to cover that I haven't dove into yet?
Try to drown out all of the noise, right? So anytime crypto starts becoming a very public facing thing again, you wind up, that's when the scammers come out. That's when the rug pulls come out. That's when the misinformation, the influencers, the, KOLs on Twitter, that's when all of them start crawling out of the woodwork. And there's a lot of misinformation out there, so just really cross-reference and double check, because apparently you can't even trust if it comes from the government itself. So, just do your research. Don't just blindly listen to anyone, even if it's your favorite influencer who's never wrong, right? Or me, because you don't know. I sent the thing over to Serenity when the SEC tweet came out saying it was approved. I didn't search for any additional news source. I just sent it to him. Imagine if he hadn't been away from his keyboard, saw it, and was like, oh, wow, I'm going to go long Bitcoin. And then immediately gets flash dumped on, right? He didn't go and read or do a search to see. He just FOMO'd in because somebody he trusted told him, right? And so always double check the information you are receiving, regardless of where you receive it from.
Well said. Absolutely. And, that brings up a great topic because I know over the last 4 days, I received two different scammers pretending to be me in Discord, and totally different identities. I mean, you can tell, and it's like, oh, this is crazy. And they were totally different servers, and people were DMing me. It's like, hey, I just got this from you. It's like, that ain't me, obviously. Then another one, and it was different than the last scammer. So, I mean, it's getting crazy out there, guys. So please be safe out there.
Yep. I have a friend who works in technology, right? He almost fell for someone copying my profile and saying, yo, man, I'm trying to get into this whitelist. I'm a little short on ETH. Can you send me some? I'll send it back to you tomorrow, right? He almost fell for it. Like, he was asking for the wallet address and everything,
Ooh.
but that's because it was coming from me, right? But this was during the bull run. I wasn't even that well known back then. The protocol that I was running in at the time, I think it had like 200 holders. That's it. And yet they were targeting even me, right? Yeah. So they're going to be targeting not the people you're used to seeing scam accounts pop out from, but they're going to be targeting anybody who has at least a couple people listening to them as the bull run really comes into swing.
Exactly. And, I've been seeing more and more emails and stuff says, hey, right here's a free airdrop. That's the hottest thing that's really launching right now is airdrops. Everybody wants to get in an airdrop. And it's like, all you have to do is go to this website, connect your wallet, and answer a couple of questions real quick. You're done. It seems harmless. But anytime you connect your wallet to anything, you're opening a door. As soon as you connect, that's it. You are now liable. So guys, security is absolutely crucial. And it's sad to say, but I guarantee 1 out of 20 people that are watching this or either live or restream is going to get hacked. It's going to happen. So all I can say is do everything you can to lock yourself down, be as secure as possible, because I'd love to see that number be even lower.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, for, common safety tips and stuff like that and your general guideline basics, be sure to check out Serenity's Zero to Hero series on his YouTube. It goes through a lot of those basics, and I'm sure that you've got something in there regarding account security.
I do. I actually do. Several of them.
There you go. There you go. And, the other thing to be aware of is a lot of the common ways that they're actually phishing your account, right? Is they grab your Discord API login key, which they can do by having you go to a website that looks like you're filling out a form because they want to interview you or they want to hire you. Or if you see anybody come in and say, yo, I'm looking to hire so-and-so for, X amount a week to help in their Discord, it is 100% a scam. Do not join that Discord. Do not listen to them. Do not nothing. All right. Report it. But they go to interview you or something like that. And then they have you go fill out a form online. They have you drag the submit button to your bookmark bar. And then when you click it, it grabs your Discord API key because they inject JavaScript. And then they hijack your account. They post in all the Discords like, oh, this free airdrop that the protocol is doing, yada, 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 to try to scam money from people that way because it's coming from someone that they know or someone that they trust, right? And that's the most common way that accounts are being phished.
And that's a great point because, we're seeing a lot of that stuff out there. So, guys and gals, all I can say is please be as safe as you possibly can and always question. Never just, oh, hey, I got this from Serenity. If it looks funky, if it doesn't sound like me, then ignore it, block it, DM me. Say, hey, did you really just ask me for 2 AVAX? And I say, yeah, sorry, I'm out of gas. Call me on my phone. All my contact information is in the description down below every single video. Whether it's email, it's Twitter, it's Facebook, everything you want to know or any way to get a hold of me, do it. Because, I do not want to be the one that makes you get your account hacked thinking, oh, well, Serenity wouldn't DM me something bad. Let me click on that.
Yeah, and if you ever do get your Discord account compromised, all you have to do is log into it from another device and change your password. If you do that, make sure you have 2-factor authentication on, right? Don't be the SEC. That way they can't change your password on you. They can just get access to your account, right? But when you change the password, it force logs everybody who's connected to it out. And that's how you reclaim your account.
Exactly. And one other safety tip, guys, before we get to our dance off at the comment stuff. I'm excited. In your MetaMask, I want to make you aware of this. In your settings, you can actually put in auto timeout. So if you leave your MetaMask open for any certain of time, it can automatically log you out of it. Even if you have your Chrome browser or whatever open still, it will actually force you out of it. And that would be great, especially if you're going to be away from your computer for a while. You think it's safe or anything like that. If you make that auto log out, it'll lock that account up so nobody can get into it, even if they were to get to your computer somehow. So go in and set that. I'm being nice here, buddy. I didn't say a word. But it is a safety feature.
Just make sure you do that. Even if you don't think someone's ever going to get access to your device, just make sure you do that.
Right. It can save thousands and millions of dollars from being lost because even if they get your computer, they can't get into it. So at least that's safe. So, and we'll keep bringing you more tips to keep you safe and tricks that we can do because our whole thing is to not only make you wealthy, but keep your wealth yours. So last thing you do is work all this time and do all the right things and have it taken because of one bad phishing or something like that. So please be safe out there.
Yes.
So Rose says, it's official. I'm famous. Yes, I am. I got scammers all over. BT is laughing, right? Yeah, that means you made it. Exactly. Yeah. It's funny because Ubonks has like these whole list of bucket lists that you made as a content creator. One of them is death threats. Like, I'm trying to avoid that one, but yeah, there's memes, there's people scam all these things. It's pretty comical.
Just wait for it. I'm sure Rose is typing in the comment right now. I'm going to kill you, Serenity. Just so that you can check that off your box.
Got it. So only if I make fun of her cooking or something. Up until then, I'll probably be pretty safe. And yeah, there you go, Rooster. It's happened to you, buddy. I feel you, man. And Rooster, you're not a newbie in this world. You know what you're doing. And it can happen so easily. I have done it. I have absolutely had my Phantom wallet drained at one point in time. Thought it was totally legit, looked great. Clicked on something, went to it. Next thing I know, it says NFTs, gun. Whoa, what the? Thankfully, there was next to nothing in it. But it was still very frustrating and irritating.
The perks of being broke. No, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. That was low-hanging fruit, and that was mean of me. I apologize.
At least I'm smart enough to lock up my MetaMask.
Okay. Fair play.
No, I had to. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was
no.
cool.
No. If I can't take it, I shouldn't dish it. So
we're having too much fun here. Rose says, "Be smarter than the SEC." Yeah, no kid. Don't be a Gary. There you go. That's our new quote. Don't be Gary. Bonks is laughing. He's got tears streaming. I know I do. You got a death threat. I did get a death threat a long time ago. That qualifies. Okay, so everybody's laughing, having too much fun. Anyway, are we ready for a dance off, guys?
I'm ready for a dance off. Let's change the flipping topic.
Oh God, I got so crying. This is great.
Oh jeez.
If we had any more fun, we'd be illegal, or at least get demonetized. So let's be good.
Let's have some more fun. Hold on.
Okay, let's do it. While you're doing that, so everybody, if you don't know what the dance off is, every week we do a voting poll, and you guys get to vote for what we're going to invest in. So to get in this dance off, all you have to do is cast your vote. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to be subscribed. You don't have to be anything. Go in the Down Home Crypto Discord. Go over to the Vote Here channel. From there, you cast your vote on either a blue chip or a DeFi project. Okay. Now, I want to clarify one thing because there was some confusion in this one. It says right in the instructions, a blue chip is a native blockchain token. Okay. Very critical there, guys. So your blue chip must be a native blockchain token. Even if it's something that doesn't quite qualify as DeFi, if it's not the native, it doesn't qualify as blue chip. So everything else is going to get fit in the DeFi, even if it's not DeFi. And in the future, if we end up with, maybe we need a third category. Might have to think about that one. But if you cast your vote last week, then you made it to the dance-off. Now, the rules, of course, is if you win the dance-off, you must DM me in Discord before the end of the stream. If you don't, whatever you won will get passed to next week's winner. So, very critical there, guys.
Yes.
And Lady Z Lady is still laughing her ass off. We're having way too much fun up here today. We're all punching beneath the belt. We are evil today, buddy. What is up with us? It's the whole hillbilly Serenity thing. We'll talk about that.
I guess.
Straight up beating each other on the hands. Oh, Rooster, you forgot to vote. Let's see. Yeah, you're not on the list, buddy. So, without further ado, let's do a dance off and see who's going to win. Now, keep in mind, if I win, I add $10 to the pot and we go again. So, if you don't win, then cheer for me, and that way we can re-roll it.
Make sure you share the audio when you go to share the screen, because you always forget that.
I do. Yes, sir. I will see what I can do here. Share screen and share audio, an entire screen and share audio. See, it was on one tab, but not on the other. Okay. Haha. Look at that. Look at that list of names. Man, I am so proud of you guys.
That's a good list. We had like 4 people or something last time.
Yeah, it was horrible. You had like a 1 in 20, or you had a 25% chance of winning. It was pretty epic. So, guys, I'm really proud of you for all voting. And remember, if you cast your vote, go down in the Discuss the Vote channel and share your information. In there, you can share links. You can share whatever you want in that channel. But please, when you're sharing this stuff, don't do it in the general chat or other places, because I don't want to have to delete your comment. Because that's just not fair if one person's gaining above everybody else. So, Discuss the Vote. You can put anything you want, guys. Okay?
And see Danfo, there you are. It's on this side, right?
Yes, it's on that side. You're good. Right there.
See Danfo, there you are. Because I know that you had a concern when you voted during the show last week, and I told you that it would show up in the dance off for this week, because the voting polls close Wednesday night, right? Before the show. So if you didn't vote the week prior, you're not in that show's dance off.
Exactly. So, see, I forgot to vote. I say, okay, vote for this week. $10 of the pot. Yes. So BTK, the prize is $10 is what our pot stands at, unless I win. And as you can see right there, Serenity plus 10. If I win, I add $10 and we go again. It's 20. And I don't remove myself. I will stay there for as many times as I keep rolling. So Cyril's really hoping one day I'm going to win like 9 times in a row. Yeah.
It would be a statistical anomaly, but those happen eventually.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Cyril says, dance for your bees. Dance for your bees. Yeah, baby. Okay, we ready?
It's dance for your bees. Dance for your bees. Right? If you have kids, you've seen the Teen Titans Go. There's an episode in there where they decide to make a world currency of bees, right? And so everybody's getting stung all the time. And when Beast Boy ran out of bees, Robin ran out of bees, he had to go to Beast Boy and perform a task. You've heard me talk about the money game, right? In order to be given some bees, which then, of course, stung him. And that was the whole thing, dance for your bees. So, sorry. Anywho.
I must have missed that episode. Let's dance in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big money, no whammies.
That is a lot of mushroom heads. Dance for your bees.
Ooh, oh, 2 down the middle. Lady Z, I'm sorry. Falco, sorry, buddy. Oh, your bonks is out.
Oh, down for the count.
Yeah. Oh, John and Amami. And they dropped like flies.
Oh, Rose and Abdul.
Oh, you know, the people I love. Hit the Serenity guy. I don't like him. Oh, almost did. BTK, brother. You should have ducked weaved.
Ooh. That fireball was personal.
Yeah, that was 3 with 1. There I go. I'm dead. Sorry. Okay.
It always freaking comes down to Chrome. Please
Chrome
take
and
out
Hope
Chrome
Giver. Yeah. Okay. Chrome and Mom. Which one's gonna get it? Oh, that was close. Come on. Shake it.
Come on.
Don't hold still. They're gonna get you.
Chrome's won like 8 times.
Oh, Chrome!
9 times. Congratulations, Chrome.
Congrats again, Chrome. You know how this game plays. I don't get it when I hit end stream. That's it. It goes to next week. So,
Chrome, put it in KKF. You know you want to.
Says, oh, so rigid. Yeah, I know, man. You weren't shaking there, BTK. You were just kind of standing rigid.
No,
solid.
He said rigged.
Oh, rigged.
2 G's.
Nice.
2 G's.
Dude, English is like my 3rd language. It comes right after gibberish, then profanity, and then bad English. In that order.
Mine's usually super complex concepts that nobody understands. So it's like I'm just speaking to myself in a different gibberish. Sarcasm, profanity is a close 3rd. And then dad jokes and Galaxy Quest quotes. In that order.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And Chrome says, it's actually rigged. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I think it is. Chrome, by the way, I'm expecting my monthly payment. I haven't seen it yet this month, so yeah. Don't make me send the guy with the ball peen hammer and brass knuckles come collect. Yeah, ugly.
If you pay Serenity like $50 a month, he makes sure that you have better odds of being rolled for the $10 prize.
And I know exactly what I'm doing with that $50 too. I know where it's going. In fact, I just did a video and I released it today on that. And
have you guys seen it yet?
I don't know. And I even made a new thumbnail for it. So let me share that real quick. Ooh. So have you checked that out, guys? If not, you might want to do that after the stream. Some pretty juicy info in there. That's all I'm going to tell you.
You got to check it out because he did the crypto YouTuber face.
Yeah, see? How you like that one? And I had some fun with this one. I made fun of somebody else here on camera with me and even myself. I made a great joke out of myself. You guys will get a kick out of it. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out. Tell me what you think.
I got to transform into a superhero.
You did? Ooh. Get a cool hat and everything. That was great. Yes, to pay the bills. Exactly. There you go. Abdul says, yeah, I do. It says, how do you get your face to do that? I go, Something like that.
Yeah, you just gotta go like this, like, right?
Yeah. Usually I
Or
make sounds when I do it too. Thankfully, when I take pictures, it doesn't record the sounds. Because yeah, I always have to make audio to go with the emotion. Otherwise, it looks fake. It's like if you see someone goes, well, that doesn't look right. Their eyes aren't bugging out. They're not like, yeah! See, that looks right.
or you can do the quizzical face, like, right? Yeah, you see on
See?
some of them. Nah, you
Right.
got to raise the eyebrow, man. You got to send it way up there.
I don't do the Vulcan thing very well. You do really well with that. Okay, that's scary. So, Cyril, it's time, my man. See, you have to make the I just kicked in the Jules face.
That's more like a.
It's like me laying.
Oh, there you go. That was perfect. And the caption should be, "I got rugged."
There
Right?
you go. I'll do a video with that and make that my thumbnail. That'll be great. Okay. So since our great Mr. Gensler did decide to try to rug us all, love the guy. How did that affect our portfolio? What are we looking at this week, buddy?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and share that on a second. Yeah, BTK, the algos are gonna love us.
Yeah, the
nope.
algorithm's gonna hate us today. That's fine.
Zoom in. Boop. Alrighty. So am I shared? I am.
Yep,
Okay,
you
cool.
are.
So as you guys know, we started last week off with $926.15. The markets overall, despite the fact that they went all over the place, were relatively flat this week, believe it or not. And so we ended the week with $929.34, a profit of $3.19 or 0.34%. And so we add our 25 bucks, which will start us off next week this week at 954.34. Our growth has been good. It's been good.
Almost at that 1K. We're so close I can taste
it. Yeah, we're getting there. Maybe in another 2 episodes, we'll be there.
Still not bad for the price of McDonald's right there. That's all we gave up. Literally, a lunch at McDonald's a week, and that's it. We're at $1,000. It's not bad, buddy.
I always forget to update the monthly report tab.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, probably. But
so, one thing I want to talk about real quick, Cyril. A lot of people think, hey, we didn't make gains, so we must not be doing anything. And I think that's one concept that a lot of people really get stuck in their head. It didn't go up 5% or 10 or whatever. So it must not be a good week, must not be a good investment. Maybe I need to change something. What do you say when somebody gets that?
Is his audio being super strange for anybody else? Or is it just me? I'm sure BTK will chime in.
I see. I didn't unmute. See, I'm muted.
Okay, you seem to be good now, but okay. Yeah, you were glitching pretty bad previously, so I missed like 60% of what you asked.
Sure, no problem. So you said we went up just a sliver. I mean, it pretty much stagnant, very little change. And so a lot of people, especially new investors, they get this concept in their head. Well, it didn't go up. I must not be doing something right. So it's time to change. So let me start selling what I've got and buy something else. Or it's like, oh, well, how do I grow exponentially? Maybe I'm not trading with enough. I'll check my Discord to see if it's open. So the question is, if for new investors who get that in their head, they're seeing, well, I should have bought this or that or whatever, and I didn't go up. They start wanting to change their portfolio around for no apparent reason. What do you say to that?
Yeah, so I mean, a week really isn't that long, right? And any day you're not losing money is a good day, even if you're just flat, right? So if you have a week that doesn't really do much of anything, despite a lot of volatility in the market, I'd say you're ahead of at least 85% of people, or that, what was it? That $227 million worth of positions that got liquidated, right? You know, you didn't get liquidated. Sideways is fine. So yeah, there's gonna stuff doesn't just always go up, right? So you're gonna have some weeks where it's down a little bit, or you're gonna have some weeks where it's up a little bit. You know, sometimes you might be up a lot, sometimes you might be down a lot. You know, but give yourself more time. Yes, the crypto space moves faster, but you can't just go and try to rebalance stuff after a day or a week. You know, sometimes you got to give it a month or two, you know, to give yourself enough data, be like, okay, is this asset really completely out of correlation with the rest of the crypto markets? Is this something I need to get rid of? Is it correlated? Is it moving similar percentages up and down to the rest of the market? If so, then just hang on to it, because rebalancing it isn't going to matter if they're all moving the similar percentages, right? And a lot of assets in the crypto market are correlated, the exception of which would be individual DeFi projects, right? But when we're talking about like blue chips or infrastructure protocols, they're all going to move in a correlated manner. So if you've got those, it doesn't really make sense to rebalance them, because they're going to move around the same as Bitcoin or Ethereum anyway, right?
Right. Exactly. And so is there anything in our portfolio we need to be looking at? I know there were a couple that were borderline before. Have those improved, or how do they stand?
Yeah. So Elephant Money is getting really, really close to our negative 50% cut it mark. I believe, let me check here real quick. 2 seconds. Momentum is fine. It was getting close to the limit, but then it came back up, so it didn't quite get cut, but it was pretty darn close, because our cost average on that, I believe, was like 78 cents, and at one point it dropped down to 42 cents, so it almost got itself cut. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing really in our portfolio that's fallen too far out of correlation. And they're all relatively stable, essentially. We haven't seen like any crazy gains. The one that we did with Elephant, we took profit on, right? So that's not really an issue.
Okay. Sounds good. And yeah, I wanted to double check on that. And for anybody who this is your first time watching, maybe we didn't go over this before, because we don't do it in every episode. These are the rules of solvency. We're running the portfolio for rags to riches. So it talks about our 20% in blue chip, 80% in the results of your votes, what you say on both blue chip and that. Now, how we have to do this is we hold on to whatever it is until we get a 50% loss. Then we cash it out. And then if we're making profits, if it does a 2x from our initial investment, we take out 25% and let the rest ride. Once it goes to 3x, we take out another 25% and let it continue to ride. Once it does a 4x, we take out another 25% and leave that last 25% for Moonbag.
Yep. And when it came to Elephant Money, we took that 25% Moonbag and we paired it with BNB and added it to liquidity on PancakeSwap. So that way the Moonbag that we had would still, even while we were holding on to it, it would still be useful to us, because it would be generating a little bit off of trading fees from people who are trading into the liquidity pool, right? With our Momentum Finance, even though it's just kind of going sideways from where we bought it, we staked it to earn a little bit of BUSD, right? And so these are ways that you can put your Moonbag to work for you, so it's not just sitting there during the downtime, or that you can earn from tokens that are just going sideways. Like there's a lot of options out there in the crypto space. And that's why when our portfolio makes a decision like that, like we did with the PancakeSwap one, when we supplied the liquidity, we did that here on stream. I forget exactly which episode that was in. We've had so many of them at this point, but just FYI, you are still muted. I don't know if that's intentional.
No, I just saw that. Thank you.
Yeah. But we do things like that on stream so that you guys can see the process. That way you understand how to do it yourself as well.
Exactly. Well said, sir. So what do you guys think? We ready to see what everybody voted for? Because we had a record turnout of votes, man. I am so proud of you guys.
I'm ready.
Okay. I want to hear somebody say they're ready down there. Nobody's saying they're ready. I think they all fell asleep.
Are you ready?
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, Captain.
There you go. Okay. Rose is ready. BTK's ready. Right, my man. On the ball. I like
the pineapple under the sheet. Sorry.
This is too much fun. There we go. Rooster said, ready. Winston, ready. And of course, Yabonks like, ready. I want to hear Yabonks do, oh man, I just, the rooster call. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not Frank. Is it Frank?
Henry?
Henry. Thank you. Yes, Henry.
Yeah. How could you forget Henry? He is like, come on. He is the mascot.
He is. Yeah, Henry's awesome.
In my
I love
heart.
this bro. Yeah. Yabonks is the monster beast, but yeah, Henry's pretty awesome. And JC says, yeah, thumbs up. Okay. So everybody voted, and you know what? That's why we had to clarify earlier, because we had some interesting turnouts on this one. Actually, I had a new contender pop up.
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue. Check this out. So yeah, on the blue chip, KKF. Okay. So this is where it gets real interesting. So first of all, that's why I clarified earlier, guys. The blue chip has to be, and it says right here, add any native blockchain token you wish to vote for. So it's got to be a single native blockchain token. So
it's voting results for ants.
That help?
Well, now that's too big.
See, right there. It's set. It's set. So yeah, when you're casting your votes, guys, just make sure that on the blue chip is a blue chip. And then anything else currently is going to fall into the DeFi, but we might have to change the title on that. So we're always looking to grow and get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll have to change the DeFi side to just say non-blue chip.
I'm okay with that. I can do that. So I will do that in this one's already up and running, but I can tell you that KKF is already listed out #1 slot on the top of the DeFi side. So if that's where you want to put it, and it's already there for you.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I was a little surprised at first because I remember when I went in and did my vote, it was before anyone had added the KKF managed index fund to the voting list. And it was like a lot of votes for, I think it was Matic. There was a lot of votes for Matic. And then all this, I saw you sent me over the results and I'm like, whoa, I guess everybody changed their vote.
They did. It got split all over the place. Yeah. The voting, all the votes are still accounted for, of course. They're just kind of some on one side, some on another. And so it gets very interesting. And that's why I just want to make sure that we all understand where we got to put it. So, and thank you, Henry, for the ready doodle do. That is awesome to hear.
It is funny because essentially KKF won 3 times. Do you see that?
No.
Because it was voted for under the blue chip. And then the contender for the DeFi side says blue chip, DeFi sucks, right? So double up on the blue chip or quad up on the blue chip.
Perfect.
Good job. You broke it. And then the second most voted for DeFi one was the KKF index.
Right.
So all 3 of the largest voted for things was the same thing. And like I said, that came out of nowhere.
That was good. And guys, if you don't know what KKF is, like I said, go watch that video I talked about earlier about the crypto cheat code. And I'll even give you the link to the video to make this real easy for you guys. Because in that, I cover KKF. That's what that entire video is about. So if you don't know what it is, we do have a rule. We do not promote any projects or anything of that nature on Rags to Riches because we don't want to play favorites or we don't want to guide you guys to a certain direction. Do your own research, do your homework, and decide if it's right for you. But if you want to check it out and you want to know what KKF is, there you go. There's the link to the video. And yes, I gave a great breakdown, even had some fun with it. I tried something new, so I hope you get a kick out of it.
I know I enjoyed watching the video. It was amusing. And just a little bit of clarity. Yeah, on Rags to Riches here, we don't talk about projects. We try to keep it pretty neutral, right? The nice thing about KKF though is that it's actually not a project. It's a tool, right? Anybody can use it. It doesn't matter. So check it out. Learn about it. It's something that everyone who learns about it essentially says the exact same thing, which was, where was this 2 years ago? Where was this 3 years ago? It's the same thing that I hear from everybody who learns about it. So
exactly. And yeah, I think it's gonna be huge. In fact, just before I came down here, I went down to visit mom, see how she's doing since she made it back from Oklahoma. Good to have her back. And she's like, I want to get into that. It's like, okay. So she throws the card down, like, here, do it. Okay, mom, you got it. So yes, I appreciate the support. And yes, just so everybody knows, if anybody does use the referral code, that goes straight to a Down Home crypto wallet, and it goes right back to you guys as giveaways, as promotions, and all that. So it is not making me rich or anybody else rich. It's just going right back to the community. So I appreciate you using the affiliate links. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Totally okay. So yeah, I just want to make sure everybody understands that, and that's why I don't allow personal affiliate links in the general chat. You can put them over in the discuss the vote all you want. Knock yourself out.
Absolutely.
And apparently Chrome says I'm locked up, and BTK says he's not. Just set it at 1080p. Okay. Yeah, my system's acting weird, guys. I do apologize. I'm not sure what's going on.
No, they're talking about they were stuck at a display resolution.
Right.
Yeah. So
with that glitch earlier, I wonder if it's not correlated. If maybe StreamYard is doing something weird. I don't know. It's a weird day. So I want to, yeah, I think it's been a great turnout. I think we covered everything. Is there anything we haven't covered yet, Cyril?
Not that I can think of. Just be careful in the markets. It is a period of high volatility, right? Don't use too high of a leverage if you are leverage trading. And, just remember to, whatever you're buying or selling, DCA in, DCA out, especially during periods of high volatility. Don't try to time it, because it's going to be up and down faster than you can blink, and enjoy your weekend, and see us tomorrow for Freaky Friday. And be sure to like, subscribe, and go over to the Discord and vote, because without you guys voting, we don't get to have a sick dance off, and we don't know what to put the weekly portfolio into. So,
well, we do for a few weeks, I have a feeling, but we'll see how that turns out. So, yes, I want to thank everybody for coming out today, and I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions, make sure to jump in the Down Home Crypto Discord. Links right there in the chat. Cast your vote, and in there you can talk to all these amazing people. Talk to Cyril, myself, Rose, Wild Angel, BTK Crow. I mean, everybody hangs out there. It's like the cool kids. And yes, Freaky Friday is getting more and more popular. Like last week we had Yabunks and Austin Clark on. I mean, we had a full house. We get two more, man. We could play tic-tac-toe on screen. It'd be awesome. So as always, everyone, thank you so very much. Be safe. And as always, I only ask, hey, hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Let's get them in here and learning that they can build a better, brighter future for themselves. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.